Follow me on a journey where no one has ever been before. Listen to TheCaliEffect.
Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of TheCaliEffect. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to pray prophecy. And if you guys have been, for the last year that you guys have been looking at prophecy players play, yes, they are not just playing with themselves for 10 minutes per turn. They're actually playing Yu-Gi-Oh! So I'm here with Vietnam Bear, and we're going to teach you guys how to play the deck. First and foremost, I wanted to get into, a brief story about prophecies. Prophecies are based off cards of the tarot. That's right, they're tarot cards. So if you ever walked inside of a store inside of Louisiana and asked for your fortune, they're probably using prophecy cards to tell exactly what happens in your life. You have some really good ones and some have really bad ones. So I'm not going to go over the really bad ones. I'm going to go over the basics of prophecy. First, we have Spellbook, Magician of Prophecy. He is what I like to call Little Boy. Alright, we'll just go Little Blue Boy, Leo's pedophile friend. We'll start off with that. Spellbook, Magician of Prophecy is when he's flip face up or summoned, he gets to add one Spellbook monster from your deck to your hand. Now, you're thinking about that, wait, that doesn't seem too helpful. His 500 attack is so great. But hey, we're going to show you a card to add. Spellbook of Secrets. Now, Spellbook of Secrets effect activates and it says you can add one Spellbook spell card from your deck to your hand. Or, my apologies. You can add one Spellbook card from your deck to your hand. So, basically with Spellbook of Secrets, we can add Little Boy to our hand. Like, he's an instant searchable by a spell. Keep in mind that's our only prophecy monster that's searchable by secrets, so that's the only little magician's trick we have for right there. Now with secrets, we can go with a millennia of options, but I'm going to go with Spellbook of the Master. Spellbook of the Master, at the cost of revealing a Spellbook card, notice I said card, you can still reveal Little Boy, and having a spellcaster monster on your side of the field, you get to copy one of your normal Spellbook cards in your graveyard, secrets, and be able to activate its effect yet again to add another Spellbook card. Now I know what you guys are thinking. It was like, I just activated secrets. Why would I need to activate masters? Shh. We Spellbook players have a lot of tricks up our sleeve, okay? Don't knock it until you see it. Next, I'm going to be talking about Spellbook Power. Now Spellbook Power is going to be adding the power to the deck, obviously. And it targets one face-up spellcaster we control. It gains 1,000. Now everybody's looking at that like, okay, that's fine. But when that monster destroys another monster by battle, I get to add a Spellbook card from my deck to my hand. So I have Power, which can add Secrets, which can add Masters, Masters can copy Secrets, or Power to add Secrets to get Little Boy. You guys getting that? That's why we take 10 minutes for our turn. There's a couple other cards like Spellbook of Wisdom. Wisdom is activated by targeting one spellcaster monster in your type of the field. Then you get to choose either spells or traps. That monster for the duration of the turn is unaffected by spells or trap cards. That's really good when you're running the cards like, I don't know, D-Prison and stuff like that. And you don't want to lose your infamously 2,500 attack Little Boy because you double mastered him. Yeah, that's right. I use Power on Little Boy, and then I use I use Masters to copy Power to make my Spellbook Magician of Prophecy 2,500. I just made that monster a little too strong. But, not only do we get 2 searches, but Spellbook of Wisdom does protect us from pesky traps like D-Prison, Mirror Force, and anything in between. It also protects us from Book of Moon, so be on the wary for that. I don't know why you wouldn't allow your opponent to flip your Spellbook Magician face down, but we'll get to that later. Next, we're going to be talking about Spellbook of Life. Now, this card breathes the life into our deck, and as much as I would like to say we run multiple copies, more than likely we're only running one. By banishing one spellcaster monster and targeting another spellcaster monster, then revealing a Spellbook card, we can special summon that spellcaster, the second spellcaster that we selected, to our side of the field, and it gains a level. So really just picture it like a Monster Reborn Equest searching type card. That's really about it, and that's all we have to do with it. Next, we have the card that kind of ties it all together is Spellbook Tower. Now, Spellbook Tower is amazing. Why? Because first, it's a field spell card, and if your deck does not have a field spell card, it has no swag. All decks that have swag have field spell cards, and that's just it. Spellbook Tower's first effect is during your standby phase, you can target one Spellbook card in your graveyard. I'm pretty sure it doesn't target. Put it to the bottom of your deck, and then draw an additional card. So wait, we get 2 draws per draw phase? That's a little too strong right there, TheCaliEffect. I don't know how you can handle that. Spellbook Tower's second effect is when. Keep in mind I said when. When it's destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you get to special summon one spellcaster type monster from your deck up to the number of Spellbook cards in your graveyard to the side of the field. So if I just so happen to destroy two, or have two in the graveyard, including Spellbook Tower, I can special summon Little Boy. Well, granted, I don't get Little Boy's effect. He's just a little cute card that I can put on the side of the field to defend me from my life points. Now, next we're going to be talking about is Spellbook Eternity. This card doesn't seem too much, but when I get into the next card, you'll start to understand. Spellbook Eternity effect states, I can target one of my banished Spellbook spell cards and add it to my hand. That's really all we can do. We can get any of our banished Spellbook spells and put them back to our hand. It's nothing else to it. But that's where we start talking about Spellbook of Fate. The best Spellbook card in the game just happens to be Spellbook Fate. Now I'm going to talk to you a couple of things about Spellbook Fate just because it's just so amazing. And you're going to see why I'm calling it the best. It is a quick play spell card, so you can activate it on your turn and on your opponent's turn, and just about almost any phase in between. Spellbook Fate's first effect is that you can banish one Spellbook spell card from the graveyard, and then target one set spell or trap card on the field and return that target to the hand. Spellbook Fate's second effect, the better effect, is that you can banish two Spellbook spell cards to target one monster on the field and flip it in face down defense position. Or the other effects that nobody knows. You can target one face down defense position monster and flip it face up. Oh my god, nobody knew about that Spellbook Fate effect. No? Okay, sure. We'll get to the best effect of Spellbook Fate. At the cost of banishing 3 of your Spellbook spell cards, you can target one card on the field, which doesn't target, I'll get to that later, and banish it. So that card is just going to completely leave the field. There's a couple of great things that make Spellbook Fate even better than what it was before. First, I would like to talk about, you're not going to get me on first and foremost, YouTube. Yeah, it's a little insider that we all got going on. I'm not going to say it anymore. The first thing I want to talk about, or the last thing I want to talk about Spellbook Fate, is that its effect, you don't pick your card until the resolution of Spellbook Fate. So if I say I'm banishing a card on the field, I banish 3 spellbooks, then my opponent has the chance to respond. But then I can pick any card I want afterward. And that's just a really good thing that Spellbook Fate has going for it. That's why it is the best spellbook in the game, and it helps us dominate fields, and the biggest reason why it's hit the 1. Next, for the monsters, we're going to be talking about High Priestess of Prophecy. Now, she is a boss-ass bitch. I mean, I don't know what any other YouTuber or whatever has been telling you, but she is a boss-ass bitch. At the cost of revealing 3 spellbooks, you can special summon her from your hand. And if you banish a spellbook from your hand or graveyard, you can target one card on the field and destroy it. She is a 2500 beater, and she is very, very easy to get out in dedicated builds. The next big boss-ass bitch would be World of Prophecy. Now, World of Prophecy is actually full of prophecy, so it's a guy. But sure, he can be one too. When World of Prophecy is special summoned by the effect of a spellbook, or is it a spellbook and a spellcaster? I'm pretty sure it's a spellbook and a spellcaster. You can target 2 of your spellbook cards in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Then you can reveal 4 to blow up the world. So hold on, I have a walking Judgment Dragon that gains me advantage? This deck is just too good to believe. World of Prophecy does have a couple of drawbacks, you know, being a 2 tribute type monster that's pretty hard to put on the board, but its risk is worth its reward. The next card I'm going to be talking to you about is Justice of Prophecy. Now, Justice of Prophecy is very interesting. If a spellbook spell card was activated during the turn, on your turn obviously, that she was on the field, you can banish her during the end phase, and then you can add 1 level 7 spellcaster, or 1 level 5 or higher spellcaster monster that is light or dark to your hand, and 1 spellbook card. More often than not, we're going to be adding High Priestess of Prophecy, mainly because we do not want World Prophecy to our hands. The last great spellbook I want to talk about is Temperance of Prophecy. And while I'm saying spellbook, these monsters are prophecies because they're tarot. Now, Temperance of Prophecy's effect is that if a spellbook spell card is activated, you can tribute her to special summon 1 level 5 or higher light or dark spellcaster monster to your side of the field. But you can no longer special summon any other monsters during that turn that are level 5 and higher. So it does have its drawbacks, and it's a pretty solid card, and it's extremely good for getting out World of Prophecy because I don't want to tribute summon for World of Prophecy ever. There are a couple of honorable mentions in spellcasters such as Jowligan the Spiritualist, completely shutting out your opponent from drawing or from special summoning, I apologize. Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer, locking out your opponent, so you're starting to get an anti-meta-like feel with this deck. It is built on dominating the opponent through Spellbook of Fate, Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer, Jowligan, and also being able to put big monsters like High Priestess of Prophecy, World of Prophecy, and even, yes, Spellbook Magician of Prophecy can become an extremely huge monster. Well, thank you guys for watching another segment of the Cali Effect. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I have to go take a piss.